check in where we are and remind ourselves of the journey that we have taken to be here today, almost at the end. We spoke about meditation and what it is not, its benefits, the fact that it's a practice. We've got to do it over and over again to get better at it in real life as well. We went through the stages of meditation, setting up external and internal conditions. As a bonus, we then had a session about the book and how to use that, as well as correct posture, setting yourself up, and then doing the 4 steps. And last week we spoke about the 5 problems and the 8 remedies. And we went through some of those, and hopefully you did your homework and tried different kinds of remedies for the problems that you might be experiencing. And today we want to go a little bit more in depth around some of those problems, just because they are ones that will probably crop up more than the others. So we're going to touch back on those again. From a meditation perspective, we started off just learning how to prepare for our meditation. We then did a couple of sessions on watching our thoughts, because that's one of the foundational pieces that you would need as you go into more and more meditation, or deeper and deeper into meditation. We then did 2 sessions of Tonglen and 1 session of practicing the preliminaries last week, which is what you do to take care of your karma by setting up your meditation practice properly. We're going to do that one again today as a meditation, not as a preliminary, just to make sure that everyone has got that well settled in their minds, and also to give everyone a slightly different feel, because Sunan did last week, I'll do this week. It's just different people like different styles. So we're going to do that one again today. But before we carry on, a quick question. Anything that you have learned or realized this week as you were dealing with the problems and the remedies, or perhaps anything else?
I want to share something because
yeah, go for it.
I really this week expanded my remedies again, because we went through the whole list last week, and so it also helped me not to only apply the 2 or 3 I picked in the last years for me, which are working. I also experimented a little bit more this week and found another one which is quite good working for me in the moment. Just want to share that it might be worth also, if you are already meditating a long time, to go back to the list and think, oh, maybe this one is something I have not tried in the last month. Maybe now it changed and it helps me.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great story to remind us all that these problems keep on cropping up no matter how long you've been doing it, right?
Yeah, that's the other.
All right. Anyone else want to pop something in the chat or just share something? Otherwise, we can move on to just touching on the 5 problems. Okay, so let's have a little review of the problems and the 8 remedies.
Yeah, we would like to review it, especially the 8 remedies, because we talked last week about a lot of remedies, and I would like to point out which are the ones which are mentioned and which are details to the one we are mentioning. So the first one is laziness. There are 4 remedies for that. It's really make meditation your goal, make it an attractive goal, think about the benefits you want to reach. And then really develop this vision in your heart that you want to reach this goal. And then simply do what's necessary. Sit on your cushion every day. And if you sit on your cushion every day, then you reach the 4th remedy, that it's really easy to practice. It's natural. It goes with like brushing your teeth every morning. You will sit on your cushion, and then it's ease through practice. The second problem is forgetting the instruction, and the remedy here is simply bring your mind back. The third one is mental dullness and agitation, and here is the remedy: develop the watcher, that you are aware if you are in dullness or in agitation. And then the fourth problem is not taking action. So if your watcher detects a problem, then do something about it. And that we talked about last week a lot, what you can do, and which we go deeper today. And then the fifth one is taking action. And I put there the remedy, which is a running gag for all IT people. Never touch a running system. Hanli said, don't fix what ain't broken. So yes, if your meditation is going well, leave it alone. And so today we are going again back to problem 4, not taking action. As explained, the watcher, Shishin, is noticing that there is a problem. That was the remedy for the third problem. And now we are in the fourth problem, taking action. We call this beautiful, nice guy with the big muscles and his big toolkit, and then we do something against our problem. We try to fix our sleepiness or our busyness. So the remedies for busyness, we talked last week about. It's like you apply a small one, you just pick up your chin, and then you apply more severe remedies if the first remedy is not working. But also we have with busyness and also with sleepiness 2 different levels. We call it the gross busyness and the subtle busyness, and the gross sleepiness and the subtle sleepiness. So when you are get experience over the time, you might even be very good in picking the right remedy for the right level of busyness or sleepiness you experience. That's why I just want to show these 2 pictures again. It's like there is every remedies a different level of this problem. The same with the remedies for sleepiness. And so I want to go through the remedies in the sense of what can you do with your body, what can you do with your breath, and what can you do with your thoughts. Let's start with the body. One of the easiest one is really chin up and down, depending on if you're busy, it might be up. If you're sleepy, it might be down. So just go back to a 90-degree. Then also with the palms up and down, the palms up are good if you are tend more to sleepiness. The palms down are good if you tend more to busyness, or simply switch in the moment when you notice the problem. Especially for busyness, really also double check if your body is relaxed. If you have somewhere stiff shoulders or tension, or maybe your legs are not relaxed, just do a short body check if really all your muscles are relaxed. For the sleepiness, you also can crack open your eyes a little bit, because then there is light coming in. Check if your spine is straight, and if it's really none of these is working, get up, splash water in your face, move, do yoga, dance around. And then I also put down, if you're always busy, if this is a very, very huge problem in your meditation, maybe go back to the external conditions. We talked about, I think, in class 3 or 2, and double check if you can get to your external conditions, that you have a different level when you start your meditation. Also with sleepiness, if it's really the main problem, maybe start with a short yoga session before your meditation, or double check on your sleep. Hanli, what's your body remedy?
No, absolutely. For me, it's like, so this morning when I got up, I did some yoga stretches because I was feeling a little bit tired. And so that just kind of got me slowly going and connected with the world.
Mm-hmm.
So just finding, as you say, it's like finding the right remedy in the pharmacy or the chemist when you're trying to solve a problem. Do I pick this one or do I pick this one? And then do I take one tablet or two tablets, or how much of the dose do I want to be able to fix the remedy?
Yeah, yeah. So let's go to the breath.
The important bit with the breath is that also controls your mind. And so it's important to be very aware of your breathing and apply it to either busyness or sleepiness. So if you find that you've checked your body and everything is as it should be there, the next thing is to focus on the breath. So if your mind is very busy, make sure that you have these very, very long exhales so that you can use more of your lungs. Very much when we are nervous or when we are concentrating on something, our breathing becomes more shallow. So we breathe sort of with the upper part of the lungs. So you can know when you have a fright, your breathing is very quick and fast. And so that's good, because when you have a fright, your body has to be ready to do something. But when you're trying to get into meditation, you're trying to calm it down. So begin to use more of your lungs so that you eventually breathe right into your belly. So bigger, longer exhale so that your lungs will expand and push out the air as well. Another little trick is at the end of every exhale, give an extra little exhale, because we typically don't push all the air out of our lungs. And so there's always this little bit that stays behind there. And make sure that it's in a very steady flow. So think about the waves of an ocean, crashing onto the beach and pulling back, crashing onto the beach and pulling back. And that should quiet the mind. If you're sleepy, you probably want to just get more oxygen in. So increase your inhales so that there's more oxygen flowing into your brain, and also complete those exhales. Push out those last little bits right at the end. So double exhales is something that will be a good remedy for sleepiness. So again, test these, play with them until you find something that works for you. The last bit is the thoughts. So moving into the mind. So Sunam will take us through that.
It's at that moment you really break your meditation. You focus for 30 seconds, 1 to 3 minutes on another meditation object. And if you have this busyness, the best thing is to remember a beloved person who has died. It will bring you immediately down, and apply it carefully. Just try it for maybe 20 seconds and then go back to your meditation object. This is really experimenting how long you need to switch to this other object, thinking of a beloved person who has died, that you figure out how much to apply that you are not getting on the other side of sleepiness. So this is really something you need to just try, really figure out for yourself how long is the time. And also be aware, don't get into sadness, think about them and just be grateful that the person has been in your life, and maybe what you admired in this person. So try to stay also in the sense of meditation on the positive side. Don't get too much in the sad side. What can you do when you're sleepy? If the best thing is really this imagine light, or your meditation object, like it has this background lighting, which is not breaking the meditation. You can also, which goes with the light, we already mentioned in the body remedies, that you crack your eyes open, that there is really literally coming light into your eyeball. And when you really break your meditation and go to another object, just be grateful what you have. That you have shoes at your feet, a roof over your head, beloved people around you, have the opportunity to practice. So just be really grateful for everything you have in your life. And that will really, really bring your mind up, and then you can go back to the meditation. And the next big question. We talked now for 7 classes what to do to improve your meditation. But there is another secret behind it. You can also plant a good meditation. So what is the ultimate solution for a good meditation? The problems I am most confronted with, I just would like to mention, is a lot of people really need to plan the time that they have the time to meditate. And this is really easy with a 4-step plan. Find somebody who also wants to meditate or needs time for something which is important for them, and give them the time to do it. Take care of the kids, that they can go out to the movie, or that they can go out for a yoga class, or can sit on their meditation cushion. The next one I hear very often is special plans for sleepiness or busyness. So with the sleepiness, I think it's mainly about, you can plant that by bringing excitement into other people's life, that they are excited to do something. And with busyness, it's the same, help the other person to prioritize, take some burden off them, that they can relax and enjoy something they like. So there is really, I think, depending on your karmic partner, you will have the creativity to give them, which will then improve your meditation. And then there is a general karmic correlation for good meditation, and that is set other people's mind to rest. What does that mean? Be very careful during your day when you talk to other people, that you don't say or do anything to make their mind more troubled. I always have this picture from the storm in the water class. So try to behave with other people that their mind is more peaceful after they have met you. Let's put it the positive way, which is the better way to act. So just say things to them, react that they feel more peaceful after they have met you than before. And we already discussed it in general. Also, a good karmic seed for meditation is if you stick to your 10 virtues. Keep your book and your meditation will automatically improve.
So if I understood you correctly, what you're saying is that in order to have even better meditation, it's important to plant these seeds where you give someone time in some way, that you help them set their minds to rest, or give them something that you're hoping to get from your meditation. So you're giving that out first and planting those seeds so that you can also benefit from that in the long run.
Yeah, yeah. And what I would like to mention here as well is, we discussed last week the 3 qualities of a good meditation, which is fixation, clarity, and intensity. So maybe also ask your watcher to check these 3, and maybe if you are missing, for example, clarity, which is normally this little bit spaced out feeling, which is quite a nice feeling, but it's not a very clear meditation. If you have this, oh, I like it, it's so nice here. or intensity that you really want to meditate on the object, that you are so captivated by the object of your meditation that you really, your mouth splits open and you're dribbling down. So maybe think also about which of the three qualities is missing and think about maybe a karmic plan for it. Which leads me to fixation. I think really if you disturb people, that also causes a lot of problems in your meditation. Yeah.
If you think about things very, very differently, right? If you think about it in that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Does anyone have any questions about any of what we've just discussed or anything that came from the homework? So if you have a question before we start the meditation so that all your questions are out of your mind, please pop them in the chat or just unmute and ask the question.
No, thanks. Everything is clear. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, then I think it's time to start the meditation. So as I said in the beginning, we are going to go through the preliminaries again. So I'd like you to get settled in. And as we go through this meditation, I will from time to time call check, which means at that moment, please connect with your watcher again. Try and step away for a moment and check your posture, check what's happening with your breathing, check what's happening with your thoughts. So when I say check, move into the watcher, which is the one that's above the crown of your head, and do a quick check-in. But right now, I want you to sit comfortably, make sure your back is straight. Be aware of your legs and how you are sitting, and also your hands. So whatever you need to do with your hands today, whether they are up or down, depending on your mind, do that. And also relax your face. Your eyes can be closed, but slightly up in the eyeballs. The tip of your tongue is touching the place where your teeth and your gums meet. Your chin is parallel to the ground, although you might want to tip it up or down depending on your mind today. Shoulders are level. And then move into the breath, starting with an out breath. And do 10 breaths. Maybe try the double exhale. Check. So the first step of the preliminaries, I want you to begin to think of one of your teachers. That might be your Lama, but it can be any other teacher. Your mother, your father, maybe a historical figure. And bring them to mind. It's really anyone who teaches us. It can even be an enemy. Once you have them clear in your mind, imagine that they are coming into the room and sitting next to you in a meditation posture. And they are facing you. Your knees are almost touching. Become more aware of their presence. Use your senses to see them, maybe hear some rustling of the clothes they're wearing. Maybe they have a particular fragrance or smell. And now bow down to them mentally while you connect your mind to one of their qualities. Something you admire about them. And as the second step, offer them a gift, something that you know they like. Could be flowers or ice cream. You could even offer them your meditation today. And as the third step, open your heart and confess. This is a wonderful opportunity for purification, to clear out the things in your mind and in your heart and in your life that might get in the way of your meditation. And through confession, those are remedied or removed. Check So keep sharing and confessing the things that have maybe gotten in the way of your meditation and might be taking up brain space. And so complete your confession and put that aside. Move your mind towards rejoicing, celebrating the good things that you've done. And share them with your teacher. And you can go as far back as you need to find something to rejoice about, because through rejoicing, you multiply your happiness and the virtues that come with rejoicing and make your karma more powerful. And hopefully, as you rejoice, you'll be smiling to yourself. And now you can ask your teacher as the next step to teach you in whatever way might be necessary. Invite them to bring the lessons that you need and want. Now ask them to stay and not to die. And thank them for meditating with you. Now imagine them rising up into the air, and they're getting smaller and smaller as they rise up. And when they get to the level of the top of your head, they turn around at the top of your head and face in the same direction as you are looking. They're about the size of a thumbnail. When they get to the crown of your head, imagine them moving through the crown of your head, traveling down your spine and settling in your heart. Check. And as the final step, dedicate your good karma by sending it out to the world. And when you are ready, bring yourself back to your breath and come back into the room. Stretching, moving around a little bit. And hopefully you have a nice big smile on your face.
Thank you, Anneli. That was beautiful.
You're welcome.
So, what is left for the last class next week is the different meditation objects and the different meditation types, and in general, how often and how long should you meditate. So that's then the finishing of the course. And the homework, meditate for 16 minutes every day and really apply your remedies. It's so important to get used to them, pick the ones which are the correct level for the level of sleepiness or busyness you have, and how long to apply them, which are working for you, which are not working for you. Maybe you find other ones which are working better for you than the ones we named. Maybe you have gotten creative. And then really keep your meditation journal. It's so helpful over the time. And also, if you write down the same problem over several weeks, tackle it karmically. And then your remedies will work if you tackle them karmically.
I also want to share something. I've been using an app called Insight Timer. I don't know if everyone has access to that, but it's very, very helpful in trying to check in every day to do meditation. So if that's something that might be helpful, you can check it out. Insight Timer. I'll put it in the chat.
Good. And then we would like to invite everybody to join our beautiful Medicine Buddha retreat, which is scheduled for December 11. It starts off with a beautiful blessing, a live streamed blessing. This gives you the approval to study the upcoming classes during retreat. It's best if you can if you have the time to really dedicate 10 full days for it, but we will also offer slightly reduced schedules for the ones who have to go to work or might even take longer than the 10 days to complete the studies and the practices which involves it. And it's really a beautiful practice to heal yourself, to heal the world. Let's all together, let's make the virus vanish from this world. And we are already studying and translating the sutras with Geshe Michael Roach in the moment. And there are so many other problems and correlations which are some kind of specialty of the Medicine Buddhas. Be surprised what they are taking care of if you practice their mantra. Yeah, it's really incredible. What have you been most impressed by in the translator classes, Hanli?
Exactly that. Just that each one has a very particular area that they focus on and have remedies for. So it's been really interesting to see how it all comes together. It's very unusual and fascinating. I really recommend that you guys try this out, and there's different packages to choose from if you want to be learning as well. Yeah. So definitely do that.
And I found also interesting that this rays of light which they are sending out, it's like laser lights which let all your problems disappear. That reminded me of all these beautiful superhero movies where these heroes are sending out this laser light and let the problems disappear. Yeah.
Excellent. So another thing that we would like to request is if you have any topics or any other questions that you would like us to address, because next week we're going to finish this series that we're working on now. And so we're thinking about doing more of those, but it'd be interesting for you guys to share with us what you would like to learn. So particular topics, just pop them in the email and send them to us. That will really help us stay focused on what your needs are.
Great. Thank you so much for being with us, and see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day.
Thank you very much.